Okay, I don't know what elo this game is, but I think it's a low elo game or low-ish elo game because I definitely remember one of these names. Actually, maybe both, but they're all hilarious, so I hope this ends up being a fun cast. Maybe Barenthas can let me know. But guys, in the South, we have Hector the Well-Endowed, which is one of the best names, funniest names I've seen in an Age of Empires 2 cast after 7 or 8 years now. And then in the North, in the blue, we have layered, like nachos. Blue had to clarify how he or she was layered. I like it. We have the Mongols for our blue players, so blue's going to want to hunt as quickly as possible. Boar's coming in for the hunt bonus. Ibex is getting shot down for the hunt bonus. And then we have the Vietnamese for Hector the Well-Endowed, who's in the south, and that bonus that you start with this civ is that you know exactly where the enemy TC is. In fact, if you have this area scouted, you will actually be able to see that they have pushed in, they brought in their boar already, because you can see dead animals in the fog of war there. They're 1250 elo. Okay, so I think layered like nachos was the low elo legend at one point. I don't know. We've done a lot of mid-elo casts in recent times, so maybe that's where I remember the name from. Either way, you know me. Like one of the things that makes me want to cast a game is usernames, and I just wonder, like, are their moms proud? What if, like, for some weird reason, like Hector is off? I don't know. He's like at work. And then, oh, I get it. He's on a trip, and he brings his new laptop, and he tries to log into Steam, and it's like, you have to get the email from the other computer, blah, 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 and get that code. And then he has to call his mom and be like, yo, mom, can you go to my computer, please, and give me that code? And she's like, sure. And she logs in. I know this whole story isn't exactly how security codes work, by the way, but bear with me. And she just sees Hector the Well-Endowed. Would she be proud? I don't know. I would say that she probably is not proud. I'll actually tell you a story. Maybe Hardy will be able to put it on screen here. So I did a 24-hour stream a year and a half ago. And one of the sub goals was that I would wear a banana suit. And we hit the sub goal. And so I put on the banana suit. And then the first thing I said when I sat down and I looked at all the people watching was, is my mom proud? And someone clipped that. My brother sent the clip to my mom. And my mom texted me and said, I'm not proud, but I am laughing. So there you go, Hector. She might not be proud of you, but maybe she'll think it's funny. All right, anyways, sorry, weird story time here. I drank way too much caffeine, and I'm loving life before the crash comes in. We do have a dock here for yellow. So yellow is well-endowed, but also well-informed on how to play this map. This is a big aspect of this map, getting fishing ships out. And then in the blue, why am I going through my introductions again? Anyways, blue is just going to go super fast up. Blue says, screw your water. I don't know how to play water maps. I don't care about water maps. I'm going feudal age, and we have 17 population. So 16 villagers for blue. Blue, are you going to actually drop off the food here with these vills, or what? Blue's going forward, guys. So I'm trying to do the math in my head. I don't know what percentage of Blue's economy is coming forward right now, but it's like, it's a percentage, certainly. I would consider it a significant percentage of the economy. 3 out of 16, that's sizable. They're not collecting resources. They're here for brutality. And this scout, he wants to take out that villager. That villager runs home. And we see a barracks now from blue. So lots of aggression. Now, the style from yellow is fairly standard for this map. Yellow's not playing bad. Yellow's going to have fishing ships. Should have more. Really is going to need more, I'm sure, if the rush comes in fast. But, you know, this is all meta stuff. This is how you play this map. Now, here's the deal. So, blue's obviously going to set up to try and kill some villagers, right? Blue has to kill so many villagers to be even on economy because of the existence of the fishing ships. So, at minimum, it feels like, and blue could kill that villager. 1200s are insane nowadays. I don't see yellow quick walling that. Okay, that's a dead vill. But you basically need to kill 3 villagers at minimum to be even. And even then, I mean, fishing ships collect food so much faster than any of Blue's villagers are going to with these other resources. Okay, Yellow trying to get some walls down. Yellow still not on the way to feudal age. She's going to fight back, but she doesn't have any help from her friend, who now walls her out. So sad life for her. I feel for her. And now the scout was here to help, but now she's like, sorry, bro, I don't need any help. He thought he could do a nice thing, because he's liked her for a couple years. I'm making this awkward. I like the storylines, though, so you guys can just deal with it. Preemptive walling here from Yellow. And this is what the Mongols can do with this type of uptime, man. Blue only able to get the second scout now. Like, Blue does not have a lot of food income at all. Blue also didn't even scout these sheep. All right. Blue's going to drop a tower to deny the berries. Yellow still has the 3 fishing ships bringing in food. And Yellow's going to have a fair amount of food here. So I think for Yellow, with the rush being this aggressive, you've actually done a pretty good job to defend your eco. Probably just want to rely on some spearmen. And look at the confidence from Yellow, too. Just getting some walls up around the gold so Blue can't come back. The Blue now says, I guess I should try this fishing thing. I saw the other guy did it. And he's well endowed. I'm not, so maybe that'll help. And, you know, really not the order of things you want if you're Blue. Let's just put it that way. But Blue is so crazy, so aggressive. You can tell your economy's having a rough ride, though, if you go fast feudal into 1 scout. Blue basically has had to decide on, do I make villagers and do I make scouts, which is never ideal. All right. So here comes some villagers from Yellow to drop a tower. Spearmen are currently out of position. And that's not going to be on the highlight reel for Yellow, that's for sure. We were wondering if his mom would be proud. Definitely not after that display. And here come the spearmen. Okay, Blue runs away. Great micro from Blue. Let's look at resources collected, guys. It is so much higher for Yellow. The fishing approach has been so valuable here. Again, they just keep working, man. They keep working. It's not like you run out of sheep or you run out of wood for a farm. It's just always bringing in resources for you. And there's also an archer range here. And even more villagers to stone. Like, the only big awkward thing for Yellow here is just the fact that the berries can't be taken conveniently. But apart from that, I think Yellow's doing a pretty good job. You gotta love it, though. Like, Blue's just full aggro. Constantly looking at the army. Constantly trying to have the edge and switch to that next thing. And the next thing now is archers. Which could obviously take care of any defensive spearmen. But, you know, Yellow's also going to make some archers with the spearmen. Hi, Max. I don't know how you don't run out of ideas with these little sellouts from my merch store. I also have to check to see if more people have actually bought merch because of it. I'm going to guess no, but I appreciate it anyways. It's so over the top and cheesy. I'm not going to lie. But I respect some over the top and cheesy every now and then. Oh, man. Okay, Yellow really wants that gold. Ooh. Yeah, Yellow needs that gold. And that, honestly, it's sloppy, but that's a good tower. You just want to get something down to protect that as soon as possible. Blue... it's so funny to me how Blue's over here. He's like, hey, guys, how's it going over there? Oh, it's not going so good for us. We're being attacked. And these villagers are like, man, how much you getting paid? They're like, we're not getting paid. It's like, what? You're in a war zone and you're not even making any wages? You should switch to our side. And the villagers are like, yeah, we would if there were any monks on the map right now. You gotta make it to Castle Age for that. Blue has been close to killing more villagers than have actually been killed in this game. Only 2 villagers have been killed. But Blue knows how to max out with micro. Okay, range units on the spearmen. Blue is being annoying. Yellow's probably getting stressed right now. And actually, Blue's got a decent amount of fishing ships. Blue also has a market, and Blue's probably not afraid to lose it, sorry. The stress continues, but Yellow's getting close. Feels like that fletching upgrade is all that yellow really needs right now to maybe be able to change how these fights are going. But Vietnamese have more range on their ranged units. Is blue going to get the weak one? Oh, what a snipe. And now we have a tower here. Uh-oh. Yellow, you really need to deal with this. Scouts going after the archer. The classic aggression versus eco approach, guys. It's a beautiful thing about our game. You can have such difference in styles. If this was a coaching session, I would tell blue to never play like this, by the way. And I would tell yellow, great job with the fishing, great job with the this, great job with the that, and we'd try and talk about how we could push this back. But blue doesn't care. And blue says, blue's trying to turn this into a game that his enemy doesn't fully understand. And that can go a long way. Blue scouts, been alive for a while, only killed 2 units. Yellow trying to hit and run. The villagers are now leaving, I think. And I think yellow has finally weathered the storm. We'll look at the resources collected. Still maintained almost 2,000 more resources in this game. And yellow's going to drop... it feels like the final tower that's needed here in Feudal. You've got a tower here, here, and here. You just want to go to Castle Age now if you're in yellow's position. Why would you coach blue not to play like this? Because on a map where there's so many fish, you need to fish in Dark Age. The forward is great. Like, you can still execute in a really fast uptime with a forward. But the difference in resources collected is simply too massive if you don't fish in Dark Age. So that's why I would personally never suggest anyone skip the fish. In fact, I'm always talking about the opposite and the importance of the fish. The forward itself, though, is good. And now I think blue is starting to think, like, man, if I can just delay this, I can take all the ponds. Like, blue's going to take this pond. Blue might even be tempted to take this pond. And good recognition from blue to use the market to try and get up to Castle Age at a decent time. So it's not like blue didn't know that they're going to be behind with the uptime. Yellow's going to counterattack. Yellow hasn't even gone to the enemy's base the entire game. Blue got here so fast. All right. What if he built a dock in yellow's water and harasses fish? Honestly, it's the one thing he really missed. With those villagers being around, that is a go-to play on this map. 1 dock, 2 fire galleys, having killed all these fish would have made such a big difference in this game. You're spot on. I think, like, higher level players... half of the strategies that players go for surround trying to get a dock up there. So I would have loved that play from blue. Maybe something blue could think about for next time. Blue does take this engagement, but yellow's range unit micro has been really good. And yellow has fletching as well. So yellow should actually be able to win this fight. I think blue really wanted to go for a castle drop. Can you imagine a castle here in Castle Age? How devastating that would be to yellow. Trying to see... yeah, yellow would have no gold then. Castle here would be epic. Oh, man. This is not so epic. Oh, man. Yellow's like, how do you like the pressure, buddy? How do you like it? Oh, blue's doing the right thing, though. He's like, here. Villagers are like, kill me, kill me, kill me, kill me. So yellow's also doing the right thing and not hitting the villagers, because if you take the archers, now you can hit the villagers. So, great micro from yellow, who hits Castle Age first. Always love to see a stable opening on this map, because you have so much food. I feel like just a couple nights when players aren't walled can do so much for you. This might be the end, man. I don't know if blue has any little tricks up his sleeve. It was a really crazy game. I mean, right now the KD's even, right? And Bodcanero. Oh, wait, no, blue! Blue sent a Vill to the shorefish, but he didn't place a dock. Ah! No, he's going back. I think blue is thinking about that. I wonder if blue's going to have an oh crap moment. Dang. Yeah, Mihai, I would... what did you say? You're 1100? I think you would deserve an invite to the next Red Bull, for sure. Oh, that would have been so nice. And yellow wouldn't expect it either. Now, yellow's got a lot of farming economy. It's also great with the Vietnamese. You don't have to spend wood on your eco upgrades. Is it wood or is it food? No, you don't spend wood on your eco upgrades. So you could pretty easily, with that much food, and with that many resources, be able to handle this. Villagers on the way back. I'm a little confused because all the shorefish here have 200 food. So I'm not sure why the villager's walking. Oh, it says it has 0 food. So I guess it's because he just clicked it over there from this shorefish. And your best friend right now, if you're blue, is actually Siege. But a weird thing about our game is you need a blacksmith before you can make a siege workshop. And that blacksmith has now been denied, so that's painful. Where's the Vil? What? Oh, he's right there. Okay, there he is. He was hiding. He was blending in. And now blue's going to do this. The question obviously is it too little? Is it too late? Yellow could also castle drop blue. This is a really important aspect of the game. It does feel like the timing on this is not ideal. Because the fish have already paid off, right? We have blue getting fletching and elite skirmisher. So once an answer to archers. Yellow's going to have siege. And let's see if yellow wants to send a message. So you picked the wrong guy to tower rush message. The most satisfying message you can really send when someone opens up like this against you. Blue's got a knight, though, which could always snipe the siege, depending on micro. Blue will also have some skirm. Still, just like the food economy is so painful. Which is weird to me because... Blue misclicked! Wait. Are they fishing? Some of them aren't. Yeah, some of them are not, and then these are. There's one fishing ship fishing here, and there's 4 over here, according to Capture Age, and the other ones are not. Okay, yellow's going to make a monastery as well. Just thinking a couple monks could be useful. Blue's going to complete the siege workshop. Still one fire ship. Just one fire ship, that's it. Hasn't moved out yet. Blue's got bigger fish to fry. Or things to deal with. Oh, what a shot, man. That's the wrong spot to stand, skirmishers. And then all the pressure, all the stress that blue was trying to dish out here in Feudal Age is coming back to bite him. And yellow's like, yeah, how does it feel, right? I've been in yellow's position, mid-elo. Like, what are these guys, 1,200? I remember those days. And the frustration that you can feel with these types of strats is wild. Blue tried to be sneaky there, and oh. Oh, blue tried to use the knight versus the mango, and use the mango versus the crossbows, and lost everything. And I don't know, blue, like, you can drop that castle, and even if you complete this, it doesn't give you much, right? Your opponent still has a forward castle on your face. They're still taking your resources. You're still going to have very little access to gold. And, again, I got to hand it to yellow for this defense here. I mean, the crazy forward plays, at least from some of the games I've seen today, haven't necessarily been working. Like, the eco approaches have been paying off more often than not. And I have to hand it to the mid to low elo players who've been watching, because normally this aggression is enough to tilt people. Horrible map for blue, forward stones and gold. Well, you could say the same for yellow. The only reason we consider this a bad map for blue is because blue isn't controlling it, right? Both players had extremely forward resources. Blue took advantage of that a little bit in the Feudal Age. The yellow's taken advantage of it ever since. 76 eco now versus 60. 4 villagers will go down for blue. And I think blue is just kind of sitting here like, you know what this looks like? Blue's just like, oh, man. I tried to boom in the previous game, and it didn't work. And now I tried to be aggressive, and it didn't work either. Maybe on a little bit of a losing streak. You know, maybe had a long day at work. Maybe his boss said, hey, get this project in with some unrealistic deadline. I don't know. I don't know anything about layered like nachos. Maybe he actually works with nachos. That'd be kind of cool, I guess. Hey, the fire ship's over here, so that's good. But at what point does that really matter? That's in the Dark Age. That's an early Feudal Age. And those fishing ships, I wish Capture Age gave us a stat on how many resources they brought in, but they easily brought in well over 1,000 food when it mattered most. Okay, yellow trying to drop another castle. That got temporarily denied. Now, there are some situational things. Let's say the game is a little closer. There's definitely something right now that yellow should be thinking about that yellow doesn't seem to be in a big rush to do. So I say it a lot with castles. The most important thing... Oh, that's a great shot right there. When you think forward castle, you want to, A, immediately deny a resource. That's the first key. You want to immediately deny a resource. Also, you don't want to lose your crossbows. Thank you. The second thing, and it's kind of an and/or situation, so immediately deny a resource and do nothing else. That's fine. Or forward castle, fast in for trebs. Right? You both have castles. It's a really important position. Your best friend is a trebuchet. And your best friend in this case with yellow would actually be a market. You do not need 2,000 food. You could probably just sell some of that and then click up to him. And it looks like yellow's thinking about that. Yellow's just like, man, I really worked hard for these resources. I don't want to sell it all. But there we go, yellow. Really good work. Blue's stubborn. Yellow's going to come over here, ram down this tower eventually. Get the TC up to protect that gold. And doesn't seem to know that blue is over here on this gold. But, you know, the army production is pretty solid for yellow. I'm fairly happy with that. Blue's win condition would now be to get counterattacks in. And yellow's just not going to let that happen. We're going to have another castle up on the left. Funny, yellow is actually not hitting the tower. There we go. And Magadai might come in and do some damage, but yellow should be able to deal with that. I mostly just watch your YouTube. Now glad I found it. Wish I knew how to pop the video out on Opera. I can't tell you how to do that on that platform. Maybe someone else can help you, but glad you could make it. Not the first person who stopped by today that was new, so welcome, welcome. Remarkably close KD in this game. A well-fought game. Blue's not done yet. Blue has 72 villagers. A sneak ram rush on one of these castles would be huge right now. 5 rams and the castles would start to melt. Yellow doesn't have anything against that. But blue has had to do so much recovery work. And so many fires have had to be put out here that it just seems like it might be too little too late for blue. You've also got some stone mining over here too. I mean, if the game were to go on a little bit longer and yellow were to have not clicked up to the Imperial Age, blue could recover from it. But how do you stop trebuchets underneath castles? I just don't think you do. And the GG... No! Blue! You didn't know it, buddy, but you called the GG 2 seconds before yellow hit imp. The disrespect, man. Now, blue finally realizes, well, I think I've lost this game. And it's been awfully quiet for a while. So I'm sure blue is like, well, maybe he's up to imp. And if he thought that, then he would be correct. All right, so here's like the coach in me wants to say that strategy should never work. But yellow did a really good job in defense. Yellow, like, he had to get the spearmen out initially. He had to get some house walls down. Yellow also had to have the presence of mind to go to stone for more towers. Like, that was a lot of aggression from blue. Now, I've said this before, and I know, like, for my mid-elo friends out there, a lot of people, they, like, love the fast-up build orders, and they absolutely love, like, as quick as possible. Raw, right? So, like, me saying, like, maybe you should go 18 pop or maybe 19 population scouts so you can make more scouts, that's just not going to sit right with people. They're just going to say, no, let's make it 15 pop. Let's make it 16 pop. And so blue was up really fast. The tower came up really fast. The second scout came up really fast, but the economy wasn't great for blue because of so few villagers. And so the resources weren't necessarily there. I did like the recovery attempt from blue, right? Like, that was your way back into the game. You continue to fight, and then you try and get more fish. So that was nice. But yellow just played cool, calm, collected kind of in the defense there. And I think those initial fishing ships really carried yellow when it mattered the most. Again, if you want to be aggressive on this map, I think one of the best things you can do is actually dock their pond. There's a point in this game where it's like, we're 12 minutes. Look at yellow's economy, right? Blue has the range going up. I guess in this case, it'd be awkward for blue to be able to loop around because of the tower. But if that was ever in blue's mind, it would have been hugely effective to take out these fishing ships. Because these fishing ships, let's just say from here. Actually, you know what? Let's not. Let's go back to the start. Let's look at how much food was in here at the start. Okay, 9. This is not counting shorefish. Okay, so 225 times 18. Okay, hold on. Quick math. Someone. Okay, where's my... Oh, my phone's not in here. Okay, 225 times 19. Someone's going to do the math there, okay? But I want to go from the start of, like, the game to even just, like, the 15-minute mark. Now we've got... Okay, so he's taken 250 food. We'll go to, like, the 18-minute mark. Now he's taken... Now there's only 14 there. Am I getting this right? There's only 14 there, and what was our original number? Oh crap, it calculates it for me. I'm so dumb. Okay, hold on. Okay, 4,000 food, and then at like the 16-minute mark, sure, we'll go to 18. Granted, he's got farms now too. He'd collected about 1,000 food, a little over 1,000 food. So he brought in 1,000 food, and not only that, he had the same amount of villagers for the most part, right? So yeah, he lost some villagers, but he didn't lose that many. That's why fish booming's so strong. Also, the most valuable resource that you can have in this game is attention, okay? Don't pay attention to my mistakes, but pay attention when I say, you don't need to look at these things. They just keep working for you, and that's so valuable when you get forwarded and when you're playing Age of Empires 2. So anyways, not my best lesson, but if you take out those fish early, I think it would have devastated yellow. Well played, Hector the Well-Endowed. 30,000 resources collected, 20,000 resources collected from the challenger and the loser, layered like nachos. Would love to hear in the YouTube comments what people thought about their usernames. I think this is one of the best like clash of usernames we've had in a cast in a long time. GG.